The serve is the only action where you are just for yourself and not depending on any other player on the court. Therefore, the serve is perfect to be standardized by yourself. You can do 100% always the same when doing preparation and execution of the serve. In today's video, I will show you an exercise you can do in practice. We will use the catcher for motivation. I will show you what you have to do to be a strong float surfer. And in the end, maybe this will help you to be more successful when floating a volleyball. Let's go. Hey guys, welcome on my channel. Hope you have a great day. This is all about volleyball, and today we're gonna take a closer look on the float serve, how to float serve a volleyball, and what you can do in practice to get better at the float serve. So there are lots of possibilities how to serve a volleyball, and in men's volleyball, the most common technique is a strong jump serve. About 70% is a jump serve, and I already made a video about it. I will link it up here so you can watch it if you miss it already. The float serve in international men's volleyball is only 17%, so there are 13% left for the hybrid, which is kind of a combination between both. In women's volleyball, the float serve is the most common technique. About 86% of the women's float the volleyball. There is only 9% in international women's volleyball who jump serve, and even less hybrid serves. Still, since the float serve is easy to learn and can be really effective, it is great to learn it as a beginner or even as a pro player. In this video, I will show you an exercise we just did a few weeks ago when we were trying to improve our float serves. We had a game day at the weekend and we wanted to tactically kill our opponent's reception by doing strong and precise float. Let's hit it. So at first glance, this looks like a really stupid and dumb serving exercise. We have no reception and we put some material on the court, boxes and steppers and the GOLIATH catcher. The boxes and the steppers on position 1, 6 and 5 like the receiving positions, and the catchers in between. All the players are on the other side of the net for serves. Only exception are the liberos, who are doing here in the back of the court some defense exercise. So this serve exercise, of course, is about hitting the targets. But what are we doing here? Usually I don't like to put targets into the court. I rather like to have some players in reception on the court. We can practice our reception at the same time. We practice serve, and the serving players get immediately feedback about the quality of our serves. But here we are going for target, and this has a special reason. As you can see, of course, I don't want the servers hitting on position 1, 6 and 5. So they are not supposed to hit the stepper. They are supposed to hit into the ball catcher, like in between the gaps between the reception players. In my team there are float servers like here, and we have jump server as well. Therefore I left it up to the guys if they want to jump serve or float serve. Everybody is supposed to do his best serve as they do in a game. So often when you go just for serves, most of the players are with no intention. They're just doing their serves with not a lot of focus, and therefore I want to sharpen the focus of the players. And therefore we have this special setup, as you can see here. So as I already mentioned, the players were supposed to serve into the net of the ball catcher. They can hit into the ring, or they can hit even lower into the net of the ball catcher. But they were not supposed to serve on the stepper or the boxes positioned on the position 1, 6 and 5. So when a player shots down a stepper from a box, he was supposed to go over and build it up again. And of course this was very nasty job, because you were standing in the storm of serves, and it was kind of complicated to build up the stepper since it has to be balanced on the boxes. And since no one likes to do this unpleasant job, everybody was really focused on hitting in between the gaps, hitting at least close to the catcher, to the net, and for sure stay away from the stepper. And yes, as you probably imagined already, it's lots of fun hitting into the net of the catcher, and it's not so much fun for the player who hits the stepper. And the rest, of course, is cheering when somebody hits the stepper. Everybody has fun. and that's really good for motivation. So if you want to pimp this exercise even more, you can put a line in between the two antennas on the net. So the line and the net and the antennas will build up a window where the serve has to go through. It makes the players to serve tight over the net, very close over the net, so the float serves will really wobble in the air. And just to make sure, this is not an exercise you do every week to get better in serving. This is an exercise you do maybe once or twice a year, just to focus a little bit more when serving is done. It's an exercise you can do before a game day if you want to have strong floats in between the opponent's reception players. And therefore, this is just an exercise you can do once or twice. It's kind of unpleasant to walk over, build up the balanced boards again, and it's lots of fun hitting into the catcher. So I hope this helps you to get better in your float serve. Sometimes serving exercises are a little bit boring and dry. Nobody really likes just doing serves. And therefore, when we use a catcher, when we are trying to hit the target, it's kind of fun and lots of motivation in the game. And therefore, the players try to compete each other and they will go for strong and precise serves while using the catcher. If you're interested in the catcher, they are from GOLIATH. And I think they are the best on the market, so therefore you can try them out. I will put the link down below so you can check it out if they are for your practice great as well. Hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day. Bye bye.